Anyway, lots on the show this morning, including campaigners hit out at police documentary, kids at risk through social worker shortage, and is it ever acceptable to refer to someone as a bit of skirt? Justin Daly doesn't see a problem, do you? 08459 455 555.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Right. 08459 455 555 is the telephone number. The campaign group Justice for Leon is furious about the decision to film a documentary at Luton Police Station. 39-year-old Leon Briggs died in hospital last November, hours after being taken into custody. His family and friends are still waiting to find out what happened. Well, joining me now is Michael Doherty, the director of the accountability campaign Justice for Now. Morning, Michael.
Morning, Iain.
You're also involved in the Justice for Leon campaign. What are your objections to this documentary?
Well, I think you've already heard that there's been a sort of dialogue with the council, with the campaign group, and various other the cohesion group in Luton, who've all expressed real concerns that this programme's going to be aired at this time, and it seems it's fallen on deaf ears. Colette Paul, the Chief Constable of Bedfordshire, said that she's listened to the concerns, but that seems all she's done. She hasn't acted on those concerns.
So the sole worry is that it's going to be screened near the anniversary of Mr. Briggs's death.
Well, I think there's a real concern out there that this is just some sort of PR puff piece. Bedfordshire Police, in particular Luton, is under some serious scrutiny at the moment. There's a current trial going on in relation to the Atty Galley case. There's obviously the death in custody of Leon Briggs. You've had the Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner resign recently, and an investigation into the Police and Crime Commissioner. So I think there's a real confidence crisis in the area in terms of policing, and it seems that this is a very well-positioned PR piece.
Well, you'll be delighted to see that it's backfiring then, won't you? As it is in the papers today.
I was going to say, I mean, Colette Paul's publicly said she supports the videoing of internal police in the area, and that it was a high-risk strategy. And I would question the judgment of any chief constable who's taking high-risk strategies in this area. And I agree with you. The things that you've put out on air this morning about the sort of misogynistic views of some of the police officers in there about talking about women as bits of skirt. I think it does look like it's going to backfire.
But with your two complaints then, Michael, with the greatest respect, that they have no weight. I mean, Colette Paul has said that this won't be screened on the anniversary of Mr. Briggs's death, so that's that one covered. And if you're worried it's going to be a puff piece, well, it looks like it isn't. So surely you've got no concerns then.
Absolutely, and I'm going to be obviously watching it myself, and I think that in this sort of day and age, with social media, it's very difficult for the truth not to get out. And I think this is going to be quite interesting on social media to be following on Twitter, etc., on how this is actually being really received by the public. I just don't think it should go ahead. We've got, as you're well aware, a campaign called Leon's Law, where we're asking for police officers in the area to wear body-worn cameras in all interactions with the police. Now, as a campaign group, this is a campaign that we developed. It was fully endorsed by the local democracy, by all councillors, unanimously. So we've got on one hand the Chief Constable of Bedfordshire not supporting Leon's Law, where there's real coverage of her police officers out and about, which protects both them and the public.
So are the local police not wearing? I thought they were wearing body cameras.
They are wearing them, but the issue there is it's in some respects meaningless, because the discretion for the police officer to switch it on and switch it off rests with that individual police officer. They talk about privacy issues.
But then, I would have thought you would have been happy that the police are being followed around, or have been followed around by a film crew, and the Colette Paul and the other members of the police service have no editorial control.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, I think it's people's behaviour. I'm sure you would agree. Once a camera's put on them, will change considerably.
But you want them to have cameras on them.
Absolutely, and if you look at the.
So they've got cameras on them. So you want them to have cameras on them, and your concern is their behaviour will change. Well,
in the Rialto study in California saw, I think it was an 80% drop in police complaints once video cameras were used in a situation when they were on all the time. When they're switched on and off, at the officer's discretion. Clearly, that's not going to happen.
No, but they've got that's them carrying tiny cameras on them. But I can't understand why you're upset that they're being followed around by a film crew that is separate from the police service, that will have their own agenda. The police service has no editorial control over this, and as we've already seen, episode 1, which goes out tonight, that there are things coming out that I'm sure Colette Paul would rather didn't come out.
I mean, in terms of coming out talking about bit of skirt and stuff like that, it's hardly the same as, for example, someone being beaten up in custody. I don't think things like that are going to go on camera in front of Channel 4.
Well, no, it's not. But that again, that's no reason to dismiss the Channel 4 documentary because you're not going to see someone beaten up in a police cell. You're still going to see things that we don't normally see.
We are going to see things that we're not going to normally see. I would agree, and I'm certainly going to be watching it myself, and I'm certainly going to be commenting on the programme. I certainly believe it will backfire on Luton, on Bedfordshire Police, this high-risk strategy. But I don't think you're going to see the real picture, Ian. I don't think...
Well, of course not. It's a television programme.
Of course. And in terms of editorial control, there's this clear suggestion that there is absolutely no editorial control. That's plainly wrong. No,
not absolutely. No, it says here, and we'll put these to Colette Paul. The Force waived. This is from the Daily Mail. The Force waived any control over content except in 2 cases because of family and editorial reasons.
Right, and there's obviously a legal agreement drawn up, which the public haven't seen between
for those 2 cases.
Well, I mean,
for legal reasons, and we'll put this to Colette Paul. But I would imagine legal reasons. You can't. There are some things you can't talk about on the telly.
There's a programme that made the A&E coverage. They did the One Born Every Minute, which is obviously a very successful programme. Seemed very, good, well received by the public. And I guess we'll have to wait and see. And when you talk about the anniversary of Leon Briggs' death in November the 4th, I mean, this airs the night before. Is it a 20-series programme that they're running now on Luton? So, the timing's very close. I think it was said last night by one of the campaign members that I bet they don't show the vigils outside Luton Police Station.
Leon Briggs doesn't get, as far as I'm aware, and again, we haven't seen it, we wait to see, we have been, it's been stated that there is no mention of Leon Briggs in the series.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, things like the vigil outside the police station, which is clearly a very local, highly known about matter, you would have thought that would be. But
hang on, Michael, you're kind of, with the greatest of respect, you're sort of flipping and flopping a little bit. You're saying you don't want the series to go ahead because it'd be a puff piece, and then you admit that some stuff has already come out that actually is quite negative towards the police. You're saying it's disrespectful to Leon Briggs to have it being shown the day before, but yet you're upset that there won't be any mention of him in it. Is it... Michael, is it just? Let me just put this to you. Is it just that you have beef with Luton Police, rightly or wrongly, and that you won't be happy whatever they do?
Ian, we are where we are. Colette Paul has obviously made an executive decision to carry on with the programme, irrespective of the views of the community, which have been very well expressed to her. So we are
irrespective of the views of certain members of the community.
If the piece is, well, I don't know. I mean, if you're democratically elected councillors who sat on the community cohesion group also vote unanimously that this shouldn't go ahead, it would be inappropriate. I don't know. Do you not think they reflect the views of the local public?
It was agreed to be filmed months before Leon's death, wasn't it?
Again, so it's said.
Well, it was agreed to do this documentary months before Leon's death. Yeah, it is said. Yes.
We're well aware of. Look, if you look at,
you don't believe that.
The internet's awash with video of police officers behaving in highly...
Yeah, the internet... Michael, with the greatest respect, the internet's awash with videos of UFOs, you can't really back everything on what you've seen on the internet.
Let's take, for example, the Ian Tomlinson case in London.
Well, no, it's not important because it's a case that I don't particularly know about, and we are speaking specifically about Luton Police.
The world knows about a video taken of a police officer battering an individual.
No, I'm not going to let you finish because it is irrelevant to this. It's irrelevant to this documentary that's taking place.
Video of what some police officers are actually doing on the street.
Obviously you're not going to see that in a Channel 4 documentary about the police. But I put it to you again that you have beef with Luton Police, rightly or wrongly, and that whatever they do, you won't be happy with.
My issue rests with accountability. Okay, accountability of policing. If the police were actually serious about having a firm, established system of accountability, then that's all great. But you're not going to establish accountability by sticking in a TV crew to film what is effectively some sort of police soap.
No, I don't. I don't think. I don't think that they've said that this is to make them accountable, is it?
Got a family in the Luton area who have lost a son in Luton custody, who's died in Luton custody.
An investigation is ongoing, isn't it?
Who 1 year later have no answers.
But is that not separate? I mean, the investigation is, of course it's horrible, and we've spoken to many of the campaigners, and it's terribly tragic, it's terribly sad, but I'm not sure I quite see the connection between that and between this television series.
Well, Collect Paul says, that the public have a right to know what goes on behind closed doors in Luton Police Station. I fully agree with that. But I don't think that the public going to actually find out what goes on behind the closed doors of Luton Police Station in this documentary. I'm sure you would agree that when you put the TV crew in, this is very overt filming of them, their behaviour will change, of course. It's not going to be exactly what you would happen on a day-to-day basis. The TV crews have gone now, they'll be back to exactly how they were. I accept that there are some issues, for example, the bit of skirt comment that's come out now, but they're hardly at the same level. Well,
Michael, we have to end it there. In fairness, I'm doing what I never like doing. I'm talking about a TV show that I ain't seen. And I always struggle around that, and it's one of the things I try and avoid, Catherine. I try not to talk about a TV show I haven't seen.
No, and I get that too. We'll be on to Channel 4 and it won't happen again.
Well, fingers crossed. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm sure they'll send us out some previews. Michael, thank you very much indeed. That's Michael Doherty, Director of the Accountability Campaign Justice for Now. Your thoughts, please. 08459 455 555. the anniversary of Mr. Briggs's death?
Well, I think there's a real concern out there that this is just some sort of PR puff piece. Bedfordshire Police, in particular Luton, is under some serious scrutiny at the moment. There's a current trial going on in relation to the Atty Galley case. There's obviously the death in custody of Leon Briggs. You've had the Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner resign recently, and an investigation into the Police and Crime Commissioner. So I think there's a real confidence crisis in the area in terms of policing, and it seems that this is a very well-positioned PR piece.
Well, you'll be delighted to see that it's backfiring then, won't you? As it is in the papers today.
I was going to say, I mean, Colette Paul's publicly said she supports the videoing of internal of police in the area, and that it was a high-risk strategy. And I would question the judgment of any chief constable who's taking high-risk strategies in this area. And I agree with you. The things that you've put out on air this morning about the sort of misogynistic views of some of the police officers.
To this documentary?
Well, I think you've already heard that there's been a sort of dialogue with the council, with the campaign group and various other, the cohesion group in Luton, who've all expressed real concerns that this programme's going to be aired at this time. And it seems it's fallen on deaf ears. Colette Paul, the Chief Constable of Bedfordshire, said that she's listened to the concerns, but that seems all she's done. She hasn't acted on those concerns.
So the sole worry is that it's going to be screened near. Anyway, lots on the show this morning, including campaigners hit out at police documentary, kids at risk through social worker shortage, and is it ever acceptable to refer to someone as a bit of skirt? Justin Daly doesn't see a problem, do you? 08459 455 555.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Right. 08459 455 555 is the telephone number. The campaign group Justice for Leon is furious about the decision to film a documentary at Luton Police Station. 39-year-old Leon Briggs died in hospital last November, hours after being taken into custody. His family and friends are still waiting to find out what happened. Well, joining me now is Michael Doherty, the director of the accountability campaign Justice for Now. Morning, Michael.
Morning, Ian.
You're also involved in the Justice for Leon campaign. What are your objections